James Carville is a card-carrying idiot. This time he's gone way too far. And we're going to discuss just how far he went and what the implications of that might be. You know, Carville spews venom every time he opens his mouth. I call him the Louisiana loser. He hasn't been relevant since Bill Clinton. I also refer to him as the Cajun curmudgeon. And why these talk shows want to keep going back to this fool is beyond me. But then again, who do they have, right? Well, you know, he's the same guy who said that the extreme left is like AOC and the squad should leave the Democrat Party. They didn't need him. Now, he has said that Jews are leaving the Democrat Party because all they want is an effing tax. Are you kidding me? What kind of a moron would say something like that on network television? Well, it's on MSNBC or CNN, one of the lefty loser networks. But what kind of fool would say that? You know, all they want's an effing tax cut. Well, that's going to get them back in the party, isn't it? What a deep sea moron to say such nonsense. And it's highly offensive. I'm not a Jew. I'm a Baptist. But I'm offended by this kind of nonsense. And you should be too. He should be drummed off television. Again, why do they keep going back to Carville? You know? Well, he's proven he doesn't have a thought in his empty head. But Auburn basketball coach Bruce Pearl, a Jewish basketball coach in the Deep South, set Carville straight. He didn't pull any punches. You know, I've always loved Pearl. I'm a Tennessee alum, and he was the basketball coach at Tennessee for a while and had a really good run there in Knoxville. But Pearl always calls it the way he sees it. And he does this time. And he calls this idiot Carville out for what he said. And now Carville's out trying to spin things and say, well, what I really meant was, what you really meant was what you said, Carville. Watch this clip and then let us know in the comments whether you think Carville is anti-Semitic or just stupid.
So this comment from James Carville this week kind of, it sticks out. It struck us. I'm going to play it and I'll get you to react. Carville, watch.
I hear this all the time. I mean, you got to try to raise money from like really wealthy Jewish fundraisers. And it said, look, James, I Democrat, but I can't be a part of party because of what happened at Columbia. No, you just want your tax cut. Now that doesn't apply to most people, most Jewish people see right through that. But the ones that don't see through it, they just don't really, at the end of the day, they just want their tax cut.
So Jews in America are leaving the Democratic Party because they just want their bleeping tax cut. How do you read that?
Bill, historically, the fight against anti-Semitism or support for the state of Israel as a Jewish state has been a bipartisan issue. But I don't think that's any longer the case. The truth is that Jewish voters are abandoning the Democratic Party because they become increasingly extreme and they indulge terrorist sympathizers. You just look at these campuses, you look at these college graduations. You got families that come to these graduations to celebrate the work and the tremendous accomplishment from graduating from these universities. And what are they going to do? They got to hear these political statements that somehow they don't belong and somehow genocide is taking place in Israel or in Gaza. It's just not true. And so for James Carville to say that's an anti-Semitic trope. Now, I don't know whether he's anti-Semitic or not, and I'm going to judge him that way. But when you say that wealthy Jews don't want to pay their taxes, that just commits to the Jew hatred and the things that are out there. I would venture to say that if you were to look at how much taxes successful Jewish people pay, I might be one of them. I'm paying my fair share. and I'm happy to pay my fair share. So if this is the Democratic leadership, and if he's going to call out wealthy Jews like that, guess what? They're not staying in the Democratic Party. And there has been no president in the history of our country that has done more to support the state of Israel than Donald Trump. He moved the embassy to Jerusalem. Everybody said when he did it, there was going to be war. There wasn't. He declared sovereignty over the Golan Heights. He has supported Prime Minister Netanyahu in doing two things: getting the hostages back and defeating Hamas. Bill, this is what needs to happen in order for there to be peace and prosperity in the Middle East.